It's the beginning of 2025 and it's time for my first Transformers review of 2025. Let's take a look at Craftsman Toys Steel Drill, aka Nosecone. Let us do it. What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where I unbox, give you my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like to see what I see it, you see it, hit that like, subscribe, get notified when we have new videos. And if you're doing that, thank you so very, very much. Just a reminder, we do have our 4,000 subscriber giveaway going on, and I also have another giveaway going on in the Transformers Underground group, so make sure you are a part of that. Well, this is my first review of 2025, and I figured what a way to kick it off than with a Transformer from a Legends company that this is the first time I've heard of this company. Maybe this is the first time they're out there, but it's from Craftsman Toys, and it is Steel Drill Hero, aka Nosecone, from the Technobots. And so if you don't know much about the Technobots, their first appearance in the cartoon was in season 3. Now we know that Grimlock was super intelligent, and then he just transferred his intelligence to create these guys and made the Technobots, and that all could combine into Computron. That's just a short but sweet little tiny history about them. They've been in the comic books, they've been in other media too as well, but we will always remember them from the G1 cartoon. Now here's a confession I do have to make. I stopped watching around season 3, towards the end of season 3, just because I just began to kind of grow out of Transformers a little bit, and that was in my phase of when I was trying to be cool with kids at school, and you know, the kids at school did not play with Transformers, so therefore I didn't play with Transformers, and I wish I would have gotten back into them so I could have these wonderful bots. But now I do have this guy. Now, another confession I have to make: this is the second time I've recorded this video, because the first time I recorded it, my camera was out of focus the whole time. I've been trying to play with it, trying to mess with it, trying to fix it, trying to do all sorts of stuff, but alas, I am not that great with it. And this little tiny screen that I'm looking at right now is always a little tough point to try to kind of make things happen. But here it is. Here's the box. Here's the side of the box. Here's the back of the box. Here's the side of the box. Now you can pick this up on SHFiguarts store for about $37.99. Please use my friend's reviewer code BTK, Billy the Kid's Toy Reviews, who we do a show every Friday called The Forge. Use his reviewer code to help him out, but you can get it there. If you need it a lot quicker, you can get it in the States, but you will pay the in-the-state tax, which means it's a little bit more expensive. So let's do this through the magic of video editing. Let's get this out of the box right now. Out of the box, onto my table, here is Nosecone, and he is gorgeous. And just the first impressions feeling of him, he feels very solidly built. Reminds me a lot of Iron Factory stuff, just from the aesthetics and things like that, but still very G1-esque here. Very, very, very cool. Feels very nice. Feels very well built. So Craftsman Toys, bravo. Now this is in a brown and gold, which was my high school colors from the Belle Plaine Dragons, and I'll put a little mascot right there. My Belle Plaine Dragons, go Dragons. My brown and gold was our color. Such an ugly color, but looks great on Nosecone here. So let's show you what all came in the box. So you do get this weapon right here, little pew pew bang bang, nice little molded, very sturdy plastic. You also get these two cannons here. I like to also say they're his beat 'em sticks too as well, but you got these two little cannons. Looks like you can put some little mini sploosh effects there if you want to. You get this part of the combiner, which is the foot, so you can kind of see right here when you kind of combine the foot part right there. Now I will not put this in combiner mode just because I like to save that till the very end with all of my things, but it also turns into this nice little kind of battle vehicle there. So you also get this card spec right here with Nosecone's spec, I'm sorry, Steel Drill Hero Tactical Lord, but it has all his specs and everything, and if you can read that, you are a lot smarter than me. And then we also get the instructions too as well. Now, typically I don't follow the instructions. I like to watch a video on how to transform them. So that's probably what I'll do, because again, I just can't follow these, but we'll see. These instructions look a little more clearer than others. And then finally, we get the bot itself. And so from a height standpoint, let me go ahead and adjust my camera a little bit. So from a height standpoint, what we're looking at on beautiful, beautiful Nosecone, we're looking at about 4 inches, 4¼ inches tall. If we're looking from the metric system, which most of the world uses, except for a few countries, including America, about 10.5 centimeters. I was about to say 10.5 centimeters. That kind of defeats the purpose of the metric system there. Just it's a 10.5, or the American system, about 2 quarter-pounders or 1.5 Big Macs tall. So there we go. Ramen scale, I don't have it because I ate all my ramen. But anyway, let's take a closer look at this guy. And I just love the face. Everything looks really, really nice, really good. The colors, the detailing looks really nice. Love this. I would be curious to see what Toy Hacks does from a labels perspective on this guy. But there he does have a big backpack right here, his nose cone or his drill. Pretty nice size drill there. I mean, it does get the job done. Doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest drill in the world. Just has to do enough to get things done. But love the clear here as well. But they did a really good job. The face, I don't know if we can get up close enough into that face, but that face is really, really nice. And so from an articulation, you got the head is on a ball. You got the arms that does swivel. You do have the outward right there. You do have a more than a 90-degree bend. This part kind of moves up and down, but that's due to the transformation. So you can have that up like that, or you can have it like this. However you want to. It's your toy. You do with it as you will. You got swivel here. You do have a, you do have a bicep swivel too. You got to kind of keep that up in order to do the bicep swivel. Keep it up. And then you have a waist swivel. Let's see if I can get that going. Yep, there we go. You also can do more than the Van Damme. Yes, he is super, super flexible, so he can do that. He also has a twist at the thigh. You have the more than 90 degree, just a super bend of all sorts of action. And you can kick it all the way up front and all the way out back too as well. You also have ankle tiltage, and yeah, you can definitely kind of rock it and roll it. So you can get this guy in some really cool poses, and again, feels really, really good in the hands. I am saying this right now, Craftsman Toys, if you continue to make toys like this, you are going to probably be one of my top Legends companies. Right now, definitely I like to collect Magic Square, New Age, Iron Factory. Those are my top 3 that I like to collect from, but then there's others that are around. But Craftsman Toys, this is it's a solid bot. You can't, the joints are tight. Everything is just really, really good on this. So yeah, if you want a Computron and you need a Legend scale and you don't have a lot of room, this is the way to go. So let's see how he looks compared to some other bots. Okay, gonna bring in a few lesser known, there's some known, but maybe lesser known. But that is New Age's Mirage right there, so you can see how he stacks up. And this is DX9 Minis Vasily, which is double clouder or double dealer, depending on who you ask. Double clouder if you're Super God Master Force, right? And then, speaking of Super God Master Farts, we have Bomb Burst Core Class right there. So there you go. Let's bring in a deluxe class. We're going to have to move you guys out of the way. I'm running out of camera room. There's Beachcomber. And then finally, let's do something from a Voyager. Let's move you up front here. Let's just kind of rearrange the family photo. And let's take in good old Metal Hawk. And I hope Fans Hobby, I know there's prototypes of Fans Hobby's Metal Hawk out there, but I definitely do hope that is one we do get. But that's kind of them in a nutshell. Let's see if I can push this back a little bit more. There we go. Family portrait, folks. There you are. Family portrait. So that's how he scales with other robots in disguise. And so here's what's going to happen, folks. I am going to learn how to transform this guy, do it off camera, kind of play around with it, and then bring it back in alt mode so you can kind of see. So through the magic of video editing, we're going to go ahead and transform to drill mode right now. Well, before I do that, I just realized I forgot to show you his weapons in his hands. And so you can actually put the gun, the pew pew bang bang right there in his hand. These also, you can either pull out this little part right here and have that, you know, and use that in his hand like a bigger gun. Or one of the suggestions in the instructions is you just put it, this little hole right here. You just put it underneath and you can then have him have the guns of fury, making babies. No, I'm just kidding. But making that kind of happen right there, so you can have just kind of the double barrel right there now. So that's how you could do that. Now let's go ahead and get him transformed into his drill mode. So Nosecone, transform now. And here we have it, folks. This is Nosecone in his Nosecone form, or in his drill form, as you would say. Definitely a lot easier to transform than most Legends skills. Pleasantly surprised. And these instructions, I didn't use them. I used a video, someone else's video, on how to transform Nosecone, because I can't read that. If I could read these things right here, I probably could do a lot better. But I was not able to do that. So, but, I mean, overall, fairly simple to transform. I used Ben's KO collectibles. I was surprised like MGO did not have a video, or Streak Shooters Transformers didn't have one, but this Ben's KO had one, and so that's what helped me out. But let's take a closer look at this baby. And one of the things I do love is the combiner parts can turn into something. And so this is like a little like base kind of boat looking thing right here that it can turn into. But yeah, very nice. So you don't have just combiner parts just kind of stored away if you don't have your things in combiner mode. So the length on this guy, he's about 5.5. If we take a look and use the metric system, which most of the world does use, we're looking at close to 13.5 millimeters long. So very nice, but very nice, very good feeling in the hand. So you can kind of take a look. There's the top, there's the side, there's the bottom. You can still see the robot body. There's the side and the top again. There's the back. Got the little jets at the front. And one of the things I like, the little nose, the little drill bit here, drills. Now, the one thing on my copy, I don't know if I've got it in all the way. I tried pushing as hard as I can, but right there, it just does not want to tab in any further, because I'm just afraid of breaking it if I tried. But other than that, I think it looks good. This right here, a little sloppy with the gappiness, I think. Now, as you kind of adjust and work it, but it's just this piece right there. It's just a little bit sloppy for me. But I love the weapons right here. Love the brown and the gold and the silver look. I think this looks great. I cannot wait for the rest of Craftsman Toys' technobots, but this looks so good. And so how it compares with some other vehicles, I don't have any legend skills in vehicle mode, because once I get them transformed in one mode, they typically stay that way just because of the difficulty in transforming them. But I do have this little core class Bumblebee, so you can kind of see how he stacks up to the Bumblebee. So yes, that's how he stacks up to that. Then we have, of course, Shadow Striker, my deluxe class right here. So about that size, but if he was a real drill, I mean, he'd be a lot bigger. And then, of course, we have everyone's favorite Transformer from Hasbro. They loved it so much they reissued it again and again and again. But Blitzwing right here, not everyone's favorite, as you can tell from the sarcastic nature in my voice. But that's how he looks compared to that one there. So let's see if I can get them all kind of lined up. And boom. Pop the camera down just a hair, and there you go. That's what they look like together in a row. So let's get back with Jimmy in the chair and talk through my final thoughts on Craftsman Toys Nosecone. So what are my final thoughts on Craftsman Toys Steel Drill Nosecone? So let's bring in the couple pieces. So I'm keeping them in alt mode for right now because I'm in awe of the alt mode. I think this is great. I mean, the drill spins. It looks really, really nice. It looks really good. It feels good in the hands. I mean, it just has... It's just a complete package here, right? Now, I didn't put it through rigorous testing like Billy the Kid's toy reviews because, and you can check out his review. He shook it and shook it and shook it and showed how solid it is. And it is very, very solid. I believe if you shake it more than once, you're playing with it. But I guess that's the purpose of toys, is to play with it. But this thing is looking so good, and I am just very pleased with this. I love the fact that this can become a, you know, just its own little like gun and things like that. So now I will have a confession to make to y'all. Like, I kind of got out of the Transformers game after season 2. So these were season 3 bots. Technobots were in season 3. So I didn't have any of these. And so I don't have a specific attachment to them. But being my first of the Technobots, I can see why people love them, and I am loving it too. And I'm glad that they're coming out with a Legend scale Technobot. The robot mode, amazing. It's great. Does not have an ab crunch, but I don't miss it at all. Everything about the robot mode looks good. Looks like it's a G1 counterpart. Everything about it is awesome. The transformation is very, very simple. Typically not the case with a lot of Legends class robots, but it is a very, very, very simple transformation on that. And then the alt mode, just love it. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I would give this a freaking awesome. I think this, if the rest of my reviews for 2025 can measure up to this, then it's a high bar. This is a high bar. This is, you know, already in contention for my 2025 bots of the year. And especially if all of them come out at that time, that would be great. But there's a lot of 2025 to go, so there could be some others that take its place. But this right here is so good. So I would encourage you to get it. You can get it on Shozi store. Use the reviewer code BTK. That helps out a reviewer like Billy the Kid. I don't have a reviewer code right now, so all I can do is pimp his out. Use his reviewer code. You can get it on Shozi store. I think it's like only like $30, $35, $36, or $37. So very affordable for a third party. But you may be saying, well, you know, Chug Class is a lot cheaper. Well, Chug Class isn't as fun as this freaking thing. So get it on there. TF Safari, Bombus B. If you want to get it here in the States, definitely look at Chosen Prime or actually Tim Reagan and the Transformers Underground Shop. You could hit him up, see if he has a copy, and maybe get one from him on that. So that's all I got to say about that. And if you enjoyed this review, go ahead and maybe consider giving a super thanks or become a member. I'd love to get you as a member because we are on our way to getting to that 10,000 by the end of 2025. If you're a subscriber, thank you. Just become a subscriber. That's all I ask. But in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.